TK.
Thank you.
Well, we're going to talk a little bit about what you've done to earn this prestigious award. Obviously, you are one of our outstanding students here at Key West High School. So what kind of courses have you taken here that have set you up for this honor as a Sunshine State Scholar?
Well, I've taken a lot of AP courses, like AP Calculus and AP Chemistry, and I'm doing pretty well in those courses, so they're helping me with this stuff.
You indicated you have an interest in engineering, and specifically what area of engineering are you interested in and why?
I'm into civil engineering. I like the structural aspect of it, buildings and bridges and stuff.
Maybe we'll bring you back down and you can try to help us out with some of the bridge maintenance that they're talking about. Probably come up with a better idea for the Carucci Channel or maybe a better idea for the Snake Creek Bridge once you get your degree. And you've looked around a little bit at schools, and what are some schools that you may be interested in? Obviously you got a whole nother year to make that decision, but what are you thinking about right now?
Well, definitely I'm looking into UCF because of their technological advancement and their engineering program.
Okay. And obviously as a Sunshine State Scholar, later in the month of June, you're going to be gathering together with a representative from each and every other county in the state of Florida, and you're going to be getting together to actually work together on some STEM-related activities. Do you know any more about that, or is that just kind of what you know?
That's about it. One person from each district is going in, and then we're going to collaborate. Basically a big seminar for us all to go over STEM topics and try to solve different problems.
Great. Well, obviously you've earned this honor through some outstanding work in the classroom, but I know you're pretty involved beyond the classroom as well. What are some of your other activities you're involved in here at Key West High?
I'm in 3 sports. I play football, basketball, and I run track. I also am part of One World, One Canvas. We go to different countries and do community service stuff.
Yeah, well, I think you kind of fell into that one pretty naturally, given that your mom, Shannon Perkins, is kind of the originator of that outstanding program. And I know this past year you actually were able to travel with the group to Iceland. So tell me, what did you think about Iceland?
Iceland, it was very beautiful. Like, the landscape was great, people were awesome, and it was very cold. Okay,
well, and you do have the advantage of actually having both your mom and dad here at Key West High. I know what proud parents Shannon and Dave are of your accomplishments, so I just want to say congratulations to you. Enjoy your summer experience, and we look forward to your senior year.
All right, thank you.
Welcome, Aydan.
Thanks, Mr. Porter.
It's always good to see you, and we've got a lot to talk about. Let's start with the academic side of things. You are an outstanding student here at Marathon High School. Tell me, where are you at in your class rank and getting ready for graduation?
I'm ranked 5th in my class, so pretty far up there.
Yeah. And you and I were visiting earlier about your academic pursuits next year, and tell me a little bit about what your plans are.
I'll be attending the University of Florida starting in the summer, and I'll be trying to walk onto the cross-country team.
All right, and you specifically, you mentioned some of the areas that you think you might be interested in. I think I always want to preface this by the fact that I think sometimes we put too much pressure on knowing exactly where it is you want to go academically. But what are your thoughts at this time?
I'm going to be definitely going in the field of engineering, but I'm pursuing computer engineering to start.
Yeah, and as we talked about, the first couple of years are probably foundational classes for any form of engineering.
Yeah.
All right, and also, you know, I happen to say the University of Florida is an outstanding academic institution, so you've been accepted there. But also here in Monroe County, we have a truly remarkable Take Stock program. And it's my understanding that you have been selected as the kind of the recognized senior from the Take Stock program this year.
Yep, the outstanding senior of the year.
Well, congratulations on that honor as well. You can add that to a lot of other honors that I know you've accumulated. And you really have been a pioneer here at Marathon High School with regard to both the cross-country as well as the upcoming track program. So let's talk a little bit about some of your successes there, because you've been running for a long time here at Marathon.
Yeah, I started out in 6th grade with my coach Murph, and we've really started developing the team.
Yeah, well, and I think you really are kind of the leader of that effort. I know you've brought along with you a couple of other outstanding distance runners as well, and I think you can actually take some credit for the fact that we're building a brand new track out behind us. I honestly think you deserve some of the credit.
I like looking out there and seeing the track being built, and they just recently, just in the past couple of days, started paving it, so it's really starting to take form, and it's really awesome to see.
You know, something I'll share with you that maybe not everybody is even aware of, we did agree to make the track blue, so it's going to be
We
a
did.
pretty remarkable
Yep.
track
It's
when
gonna
we...
look sweet.
It is going to look nice. Let's talk a little bit about some other successes. You were 2 years ago the #1 competitor across the 7-mile bridge. What was
Yeah.
that like?
I don't know if you saw the NBC special the other night, did you?
Yes, I did.
Okay, yeah, that was pretty awesome. And then last year's was awesome, but then this year's Jonathan winning was really special too.
Yeah.
And we kept it at MHS, and it was really awesome.
Well, I know you guys have a very special bond, and pretty understandable given the amount of time you spend together, training and running together. So you did indicate that you hope to carry that on to the University of Florida as well. Just tell me a little bit about that.
I'm going to try and walk on. I spoke to the coaches and whatnot. I didn't take up any of the offers I had to Division I cross country, but I want to stick to the academics and be a student athlete. So I want to continue that and I hope to walk on.
Yep. Well, you have been a truly remarkable student athlete here, and just tell me a little bit about the challenges of balancing success in the classroom and success in both cross country and track.
Yeah, it gets tough. Getting through school, the 5 AP classes that I take, and then going straight to practice, and then having a lot of homework. That is a busy schedule. Adding working 4 days into the mix is also pretty tough.
I didn't even realize you added that to your plate as well, but congratulations, Aydan. You have done a remarkable job, and we are extremely proud of you in the Marathon community and here at Marathon High School as well as in the Monroe County School District. It will be my pleasure in a couple of weeks to hand you your high school diploma and wish you well at the University of Florida.
Thank you.
You've had some tremendous success at Coral Shores High School, but most significantly, you have accepted an appointment to West Point. Tell us a little bit about that.
So I've wanted to go to West Point since 8th grade when my dad first mentioned it when we were driving in the car. And I've always wanted to pursue like a military or law enforcement career, but I also wanted to get like a college education. So when I found out about West Point, it was like the perfect mix of both because I can get like a really great education and serve my country afterwards.
Well, congratulations, and thank you for your willingness to serve. Tell us a little bit about the process, though, of getting an appointment to West Point. I think it's pretty arduous.
Yeah, it was a lot. I started 10th grade year. I started getting collecting all the information about it and started really talking to people, especially my college counselor, Miss Harris. I've been bugging her since 10th grade, like every single day. But I needed a nomination from a congressman and a senator, and I received a nomination from Congressman Carlos Curbelo and Senator Bill Nelson. And those were kind of separate college applications in themselves, because you had to write like essays and fill out applications, and then you had to do the whole West Point application as well.
Well, and it sounds to me like you not only did the entire West Point application process, but is it true that you also were offered an appointment to the United States Naval Academy?
Yes, sir.
So that's like two separate applications, correct?
Yes, sir.
So tell me a little bit about, that's a pretty interesting choice to have. I mean, I don't know too many students that get to choose between those two alternatives, but how did you go about making that choice?
Since 8th grade, I've kind of been set on West Point because it's the Army, and I kind of prefer like the ground forces rather than being on on the water, or, like in a submarine or anything. So I feel like the Army had more options for me because I've always been interested in branching infantry and potentially being a Green Beret.
Oh, wow. Well, then, if you are, then we'll probably see you back down here in Key West as all of the Special Forces train out at the Fleming Key Dive School. So if you do indeed follow that pathway successfully, we'll welcome you back to Key West at some point during your training.
That would be awesome. That'd be great.
So in regard to that, so you've got a pathway in mind, and obviously things can and certainly will change to some extent, but how about academic areas? What are you particularly interested in?
I'm pretty interested in law and government, especially like politics and civics. So I was thinking also about majoring in defense and strategic studies if I plan to stay in the military for like a career. But I haven't quite figured that out yet because I might either want to go the Green Beret path or become a judge advocate general.
Well, let me just say, it seems like every senior I talk to sometimes expresses to me a little bit of anxiety about the fact that they have some uncertainty in terms of their future plans. And I just want to assure you, as I do every other graduating senior, that I think that is perfectly okay. I think sometimes we lay out too much of an expectation on what our future might look like. And there are things that are going to happen, and I'm sure you're going to make some changes along your pathway as well. So tell me a little bit, though, about your career at Coral Shores High School that helped prepare you for this opportunity. What kinds of things were you involved in, and what were some of your outstanding academic areas at Coral Shores?
So when I first came to Coral Shores in 10th grade, I joined the government club, and I was accepted into the National Honor Society, and I did cheerleading and varsity soccer, and those were all, and I've done that throughout the years, and I've also taken leadership positions in a couple of clubs, like the president of NHS or the former president, and I've gotten really involved in student council and everything. So being in those clubs and having the opportunities definitely taught me how to be a leader and definitely helped me to hone my leadership skills, I guess, and especially how to be a part of a team.
All of those things become very significant when you submit an application, to one of our military academies, because I know they are looking for not just the academics, but some well-roundedness as well as leadership. So obviously, you've done a lot to help kind of prepare yourself to fulfill your dreams.
Yeah, and I've taken a lot of AP classes, especially to just help me prepare, because I know that the classes and courses at the academies are pretty rigorous. So I feel like the best way to prepare for that was taking a lot of AP classes. So.
Pretty rigorous may be a slight understatement, but I do think you are well prepared for that. So tell me, what was your favorite AP class? Which one did you find to be most enjoyable, if there is such a term attached to AP work?
But AP Human Geography definitely opened my eyes to the world, because I moved overseas from Ankara, Turkey, because we were over there for 4 years for my father's job. So I love learning about the world and traveling and politics and everything. So that was cool to learn about some of the problems going on in the world today and how people grew from past problems. So it's kind of
tell me just a little bit about your experiences living abroad. Quite different from living in Turkey. I don't even know if I can pronounce the name of the city, to moving into the Florida Keys. But what are some of the contrasts?
So coming from Ankara, Turkey, there wasn't any beach nearby or anything. So that's definitely a big thing, because I was right in the middle. So there was surrounded by a mountain chain. So it was cool to come down here and just have the water right outside when you open the door. Both the people are both are great in both places, so that wasn't really a big change. And the school, so I went to an international school over there, and there were only about, from preschool to high school, 300 kids. So coming to this high school was definitely a big transition for me.
Well, let me say, you obviously made that transition extremely well. And we are extremely proud of what you have done during your time at Coral Shores High School. And again, we really thank you for your commitment to not only attend one of our military academies, but also to serve thereafter. And Annie, it will be my privilege to present you with your high school diploma.
Thank you very much, sir.
So welcome, Ryan.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
So here you are, a senior at Key West High, about to head off to Annapolis, Maryland. So let's kind of rewind a little bit. At what point in your career here at Key West High did you think a military academy was something you wanted to pursue?
Well, I don't remember a specific moment, but I just always knew I wanted to help people, and I didn't want to have a boring 9-to-5 job. I wanted to go out and do something and help people and be part of something big. And so I was just applied for the summer seminar over at the academy, which is a week, kind of oh, this is what it's going to be like. And after that, I was yeah, this is what I'm going to do. Okay. Did you ever consider any of the other academies, or was the United States Naval Academy the one for you? Well, my dad went to the Naval Academy, so if I went to any other one, he would have disowned me. So I think my only choice was the Naval Academy. All right, so a little bit of a family legacy that you were following up on. So what about that summer experience really grabbed you? What was it about it that really captured you to make you want to attend? Just the type of people I was around. Yeah. It's just a different class of people, and just the day in and day out, I want to be a part of that work and part of that, that hard work. So what kind of a preparation academically did you have to have in order to qualify for an appointment to the Naval Academy? Well, a lot of long studying nights, yeah. And the Naval Academy, they want academics and athletics kind of equal.
Okay.
So mixing that in with sports, and I had to have my perfect 4.0 GPA to try and give me the best chance in getting in.
Okay. So in the classroom, what were some of your best subjects?
I really liked calculus, so math, and English, which is kind of like a weird combination. Usually it's math, science, but yeah, math and
Okay.
English.
Well, as a former math teacher, that kind of
Oh.
strikes home with me. I was a math major as well, so that kind of is a good fit. How about in the athletic side? What were you a participant in?
I played basketball and football.
Okay. All right. So I had a little bit of success there as well. Now, obviously, the United States Naval Academy offers a wide variety of opportunities in your kind of postgraduate, which is a long ways off at this point.
Yes,
but
sir,
if
yes,
you
sir.
were to determine that pathway, what might it look like for you? What do you aspire to?
Well, my number one choice is to be a pilot in the Navy, be a Navy pilot. And so after I graduate, I go to 2 years of flight school in Pensacola, and
That's the goal.
that's the dream right now. Yes.
All right. And my understanding that can also be a highly competitive kind of a process.
Oh,
so I'm
yes,
sure
sir.
you're ready
Yes,
for that.
sir. Oh, yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, and I actually work with a former F-18 pilot,
Oh, wow.
and so Mr. LaFear tells me lots of positive stories about what that can be like and so
Okay.
forth. So when do you report to the United States Naval Academy?
Induction day is June 27th, so I'm gonna fly up June 22nd, spend some time with family, and then head over the day before.
All right. So you will have a very short summer following your graduation on May 31st.
Yes, very short.
All right. Well, Ryan, congratulations. We're
Thank you.
extremely proud of you, and really proud of your decision to serve your country in this way. And we want to wish you the best of luck. And hopefully, we'll bring you back someday as a decorated graduate of the United States Naval Academy, and we can have you
Yes, sir.
speak to and motivate some other students here at Key
I'd love
West
to.
High.
Thank you. Really appreciate it.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Here at Key West High School with graduating senior Jefflyne Desilme. And we are here to talk about two outstanding recognitions that Jefflyne has received. First, she is a Take Stock in Children Leaders for Life Fellow, and we'll talk about that in just a moment. But also, she has been recognized as the 2019 Florida Department of Education Student Volunteer of the Year. And let's just start there. Okay, let's start with the Student Volunteer of the Year. What sort of things have you done as a volunteer that have qualified for you for that outstanding honor?
Oh, everything, everything. Aside from helping students here, I'm a peer mentor. Also going out to the community, help design weddings and immigration lawyer appointments. Just everything when there's a need, I'm there.
Well, it's interesting. You immediately use the term everything, and I know that those who I talk to, who work with you, kind of don't know where to start as well. You have been so involved in this community and in this school. Tell me just a little bit more about some of the specific areas. You mentioned immigration law appointments.
Yes.
Were you working with a law firm?
No, just with the community, the people, they might come up to me and say, hey, I
Okay.
need your help, let's go somewhere with me. And when I get there, hey, we're there, and just, I don't know what's going on, I need information, what do I do, where am I at, and I'm just like a translator.
Okay, well that's the other thing. I know it's a very valuable skill that you bring both to the school but also in your community because you are bilingual.
Yes.
Well, let's jump back to the earlier award, actually, being recognized by Take Stock in Children program at the state of Florida as a Leader for Life Fellow. Now, I'm sure a lot of your volunteer work also was what qualified.
Yes, it played a major part of being a fellow, because you need to be involved, not academically only, but just anywhere, wherever you go, whatever you do, helping other students, and balance it out, balance both academic and
Well, most people, when they talk about balance, they say, okay, I'm going to do this a little bit, I'm going to do this a little bit, but when I talk to people about your sense of balance, it's like, I'm going to do it up here, okay? I'm going to academically do it at the highest level, I'm going to volunteer at some of the highest levels, and I'm going to do everything kind of at the highest level. I think that's what clearly distinguishes you from so many others. So you've had an outstanding academic career here at Key West High School. What are some of your favorite subjects?
Oh, I like math. I love math. Science, biology, of course. I'm not gonna major in it. It's a lot, but I love it a lot.
Okay, so math and science are two of your strong areas. I shared with you earlier, you said that you have an intention of going to law school. I was a math major and used that in law school, which you can talk a little bit more about that outside of the interview. But so what is your aspirations after graduation here at the end of May? And by the way, I will have an incredible privilege to hand you your diploma.
Great, thank you.
But what are you going to look at next year?
Well, next year, starting June, I will be attending University of Central Florida. Hopefully, as quickly as I can go, and go on to Florida State and law school.
All right, a pretty well laid out plan, and of course you will have the support of some scholarship opportunities through Take Stock in Children. When did you enroll or become a participant in Take Stock?
7th grade in
Oh.
Joby.
All right, well, I just want to really acknowledge that, because when we hand out those contracts, you know, we specifically tell students that you're not being given a scholarship, you're being given an opportunity.
Yes.
And so you, from 7th grade on, you have done all the things they've asked you to do.
Yes, college tours, workshops, mentor who I adore, everything.
No, it's an outstanding program, and you are clearly one of our great success stories in that regard. So it really has been an incredible year here at Key West High. I've interviewed a couple of your classmates and their outstanding success as well, but I want to congratulate you on your statewide honors, which again really speaks highly, because we are a little county in a big state, and for you to be acknowledged in this way is something we are extremely proud of.
Thank you so much.